Hey everybody, so today I am going to do a tutorial on how to encapsulate glitter mix into gel. Now there's two ways you can do this. The one way is the sprinkle method, and my friend Becca B, her channel name is B's Nail World. She has lots of gel tutorials showing you how to do it, where you apply a coat of builder gel and then you sprinkle the glitter on top and cure it and then put another layer of gel in that way. You could also call that the sandwich method. So I'm going to provide a link to her video in the description box. And then there's another way you can do it where you actually mix the glitter into the gel and apply it to the nail. So I already have a nail here and it's already prepped. And the glitter mix that I'm going to use is one that I made last night. There it is. It's absolutely to die for. Okay, and then all of the products I'm using are IBD. So I used an IBD dehydrator and a bonder as the primer. And then I'm going to use the IBD clear builder gel. This tip is by C&D. It's a Velocity nail tip. Those are my favorite nail tips. And the brush I'm using is an Alpha number 6 oval. It's not the best, but it'll do. So I have my Tupperware lid here. It's clean. I've sprayed it with alcohol and it's sanitized. So what I'm going to do is just grab some gel here. And I don't need too much because I'm not doing the whole set. I'm only doing this one finger. And so I put some there. And I got my little spoon here. And I got that spoon from Rosita. And I'm going to scoop up some of this mix. And I want to be careful so that I don't get too many chunky pieces because this is a really chunky mix. And I'm going to go back in my gel again just to wet my brush. And see? And now I'm just going to stir it with my brush. If you had a little spatula thing, you could do that. I feel like I might need just a little bit more gel. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to pick some up. And I'm going to begin to apply it to the nail here and just kind of arrange the pieces. I don't want the chunkier pieces to be along the edges of the perimeter because those areas tend to get filed down a lot. So especially if you're like me, if you're a heavy filer, I file very heavy. So that doesn't mean that I press hard. It just means that I'm really aggressive in the areas that I file. Sometimes I tend to overfile. So if you do that, you can end up taking away a lot of product that you might have not wanted to. I know I haven't done a tutorial in a long time. Many of you have not failed to remind me of that, but I just didn't have the motivation to do it. I had a really bad year last year, toward the end and the beginning of this year, and so I just really didn't have the motivation to do tutorials. And people on YouTube are not very nice. You guys know that. You have to have very thick skin to be able to do that. And I do, but nobody wants to make a video and then have people nitpicking and criticizing and doing things like that. I'm already hard on myself. I don't need anybody else, adding to that. So sometimes that's not very fun. But you have to take that stuff with a grain of salt. There's a lot of critics, but a lot of people can't even do simple things. They can't do what you do. So, You have to blow that off. I do want to do a video about that, about confidence, because I know that's really something that a lot of people struggle with, especially doing nails, you know, being hard on yourself, wanting things to be perfect. I know, trust me. All right. Let me get a focus. So that's the gist of it. I mean, I'm really trying to get like some finer pieces just to put on the edges and fill in these gaps. Another thing you can do, you could put like a solid color under this, like you could have done black or pink or white, because glitters really pop when there's a base color. Alright, so that's the gist of that. And what I'm going to do is cure this under the lamp. And I'll be right back to probably add another layer, because I like my mixes to have full coverage. I don't want to see any part of the nail. So I'm going to cure this and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So that layer cured, and I made a little bit more of the mixture here. And so I'm just going to fill in some of the gaps. As I said before, I like full coverage on my mixes. Just making sure. Trying to pick up some of these hot pink dots, but they don't want to be picked up. There's one. Let me get this bottom edge here. Okay, now I'm going to cure this, and then we're going to come back and seal it and file it and see the finished result. Stay tuned. Okay, and we're back. So now we're going to cap this. And I just got a bead of builder gel. And I'm going to start at the top and float this all the way down. Careful at the cuticle area. You want to press so that it pillows back a little bit, and then guide and float. Make sure you get the edges. Alright, I'm going to get some more. Now you want to apply this heavy, but you don't want to glob it, if that makes sense. Don't put too much, because when it cures, it's just going to run everywhere. But we want to do it so that it fills in any dips and gaps. Okay. Make sure you cap the edges. All right. That's capped. Turn it to the side so you can see what it looks like. I'm going to cure this in and probably do one more layer. And actually, where's my paper towel? I don't know where it went, but anyway, I can see some oozing here. If you see something's starting to run or ooze, just clean it up. Better to get to it before it freezes and makes a mess. There. And I'm going to cure it and be right back. Alright, so this is the finished cured nail. Now I just have to file it, but I'm going to do that off camera because, as I said before, I really like to get into it when I file, and everything's going to be shaking if I record it. So I will be back to show you what the finished nail looks like. Okay, so the nail is all filed and buffed, and now we're going to apply the top coat. And I very much needed to do that off camera because that was a lot. I have to turn the nail upside down and sideways and all that to get it just how I like it. Okay, so there is the encapsulated gel nail, and I'll get some shots of this outside so you guys can see what it looks like in daylight. Let me turn it so you can see how it looks. It's not overly thick. I probably would make it a little bit thicker at the apex, but you get the gist of it. Okay, so I hope this tutorial was helpful to somebody. Thanks everybody for watching, and stay tuned for the next video. Bye. Okay, here is the finished nail. Bada bing, bada boom. So, let me know what you think, and then the surprise, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, I don't have a name for this mix, so one person give me a name, and if I like your name and I decide to name the mix what you picked, I will send you one little bag of this specific mix, and I promise it's not going to be 15 people. Okay, not this time. Just one person, one name, the end. So let me know what you think, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.